getting mine. Good afternoon. Welcome back to the Action News 5 Digital Desk. I'm meteorologist Ron Childers. Wow, what a week. We have been going strong with winter weather, bitter, cold, and today, a round of freezing rain. We thought the snow was slippery. Wow, today proved a little different story. It made traffic a nightmare for this morning and the middle of the day. Things are shaping up to be a little better. However, it is still a first alert weather day for the Action News 5 coverage area. We're not done with all of this just yet. We still have a winter weather advisory in effect for much of West Tennessee, Memphis and Shelby County, as well as Crittenden and Mississippi counties in eastern Arkansas. This is going to go until 7 this evening. Fortunately, the vast majority of the precipitation is out of here. Check out this MDOT camera. This is at 302 and 78, and it looks like things moving along pretty good there, but overall, roads around the area still icy. So stay home if you can. No need to venture out in this. However, in order to give you an idea of how bad it is out there, our crews have braved the elements and are bringing us a live report. We heard from Kelly Cook downtown, where streets are looking pretty good in that area. Tigers playing tonight, so the game is on at 6 p.m. at FedEx Forum. So if you are in and around the downtown area, no problem getting there to the Forum. However, outside of the downtown area, it's a little dicey. I want to head across the river to Amani Williams, who's in West Memphis, Arkansas this afternoon. Amani, looks like trucks are flowing pretty good, and those trucks, oftentimes the friction from the multiple wheels help with melting and getting those streets cleared out nicely. How are things looking out there?
Hey Ron, things are looking pretty good right now. Like you said, this is I-40, I-55 right behind me. Cars are moving good, traffic is moving good right now. This was not the case earlier this morning. Right down the road, a little further down, closer to the bridge on I-55, there were a few crashes, a few trucks had jackknifed, and one ended up in a ditch, another ended up in a median. I talked with the Crittenden County Sheriff's Office that told me that. They said roads were very icy this morning. I did speak with RDOT as well. They said that there may be still some icy patches on the road. Although people are driving, like this, they probably should slow down just a tad, just because there still may be some icy patches on these roads.
Hey, Amani, quick question. Did you and your photographer have any issues getting across the bridge over to West Memphis? Oftentimes we get ice like that. The bridge is the first thing to ice up, and with temperatures still hovering right around the freezing mark, it's tough for it to melt there. But were there any issues on the bridge?
We really didn't have any issues going over the bridge. We came over last night because we knew that there would be some ice coming down early this morning, so we came through last night. We didn't have too many problems. We did take it slow to get here, but it wasn't that much ice last night.
Do you have any information from RDOT about road closures in that area whatsoever?
RDOT said they don't have any road closures right now. They did say that they have cleared most of the primary roads, the interstates and the highways here in Crittenden County. They did say they are working on the secondary roads. That's what they're trying to work on right now. But they also said that it's not that cold right now. It's not as cold as it has been. Yeah. And they said that will cause a lot of melting, which they're happy about. But they're trying to make sure to get all that slush off of the roads, because they don't want that to freeze overnight and then cause more slick spots on the highways and interstates.
And you make a very good point. It doesn't feel that cold out there. The wind is light to calm right now. You've been out in this for most of the week. How would you say today compares to maybe one of the more brutal nights? And which one was that? Do you recall? Which one was the harshest, the most difficult to get through?
I feel like probably Tuesday. Tuesday was a cold night. Right now, I feel like I probably could run a marathon in this weather. I probably wouldn't run a marathon, but I feel like I probably could because it feels like a nice warm day right now compared to the other days that we've been out here. I don't even have gloves on, so you can tell like it's feeling a lot better out here.
It is looking up. Well, I tell you what, Amani Williams, you have run a marathon. You've been going strong since this weekend. You've been reporting for us every day this week out in the field. Thank you very much for the reports you've been bringing us. We're going to let you get inside a little warmer. And we'll be checking back with you on Action News 5 at 4, 5, and 6 this evening. Amani Williams, thank you very much for a great job this week, and we look forward to hearing your reports this evening on Action News 5.
All right, thanks, Ron.
All right, let's get right to it. Let me show you a look from our High 5 camera in Midtown right now because as Amani mentioned, things are moving along nicely in West Memphis. Look, we got some good melting here on Union Avenue. Traffic has really helped. Now, that freezing rain today created a thin layer of ice that made it very treacherous for several hours during the late morning and early afternoon. But now that we're starting to see more cars drive over it, and it was only a minimal amount of precipitation, but just enough to really create a glaze on streets, bridges, and overpasses. So we're getting some good melting now, as you can see. Let's talk about where the precipitation is because it's about all but gone. You may find a little drizzle still lingering around northeast Mississippi near Corinth. Temperatures there were above freezing last hour. So we take a look at the big picture. We've got drier air that's filtering in from the west. Now, if you do have plans to travel east, once you get outside of Jackson to Nashville and even into East Tennessee, along 40, there are going to be some issues there as a result of the precipitation and the cold air that's still coming. But once we get beyond today, we're in much, much better shape. Temperatures around the area, we finally made it above freezing this hour. We are at 33 degrees in Memphis after holding at 30 to 31 for most of the morning and early part of the day. Oxford's at 36, 34 down in Marks. And we're still in the upper 20s in Brownsville and Dyersburg, but the precipitation is gone for you, and we'll get some clearing in here tonight. Futurecast from now until 6. I think it's overperforming a bit on the amount of precipitation that will still linger, but I can't rule out a little drizzle, freezing drizzle that may linger, especially closer to the Tennessee River Valley. Drier air punches in tonight, but another shot of cold accompanies that. And as a result, I think we're going to find temperatures falling into the 20s tonight. There could even be a few flurries around parts of West Tennessee, along north and south of the 40 corridor. But we are on track to get some sunshine in here tomorrow. It's going to be cold, though, with highs only in the 20s through the day tomorrow, and a bitterly cold night tomorrow night, with temperatures falling into the lower teens, even some single digits before we get into early Saturday morning. So any ice that remains on the ground, bridges, roads, that's going to refreeze. And with the sunshine tomorrow, it will help with melting on the major thoroughfares, but some side streets may remain dicey well into the weekend. So here's what you need to know. We've got temps in the teens and 20s tonight, then streets and bridges refreeze overnight. If you do not have to travel tonight, I encourage you to stay home because it is going to get a little icy late tonight as a result of that refreeze. But now we throw another fly into the ointment, and that is widespread fog. And we're talking about the potential for freezing fog tonight. Freezing fog is liquid water vapor. It is supercooled water vapor still in liquid form, but when it comes in contact with the surface, it adheres to it immediately to create a glaze or a coating, and that can make driving treacherous. From now until about 6 this evening, we may see a little developing, mainly along and east of the Mississippi River, but I think it could be more widespread around midnight, encompassing much of the coverage area. You've got the colder air overriding that layer of ice on the surface, and as a result, you get a little radiational fog just kind of lingering there near the surface boundary. Should exit by early morning, but overnight driving could be treacherous and extremely hazardous in some areas before it moves out. So fog develops late tonight. Again, that water vapor, it adheres to everything, and that includes the windshield on your car. So if you do have to get out tonight, I encourage you to let your car warm up for about 15 to 20 minutes. Make sure the interior of the car is warm. warm that allows that windshield to get warm, and that will prevent any fog adhering to it and impacting your vision or ability to see. So the freezing fog making things hazardous tonight. Now we got a couple more cold days coming. We'll only be in the 20s Friday and Saturday. We're mid-30s Sunday. I think we'll get some good melting over the weekend, but we may be going back to work Monday with ice still on side streets and grassy areas, lawns, and some other elevated areas. But look at this. We're going to see temps in the mid-50s Tuesday, and we'll get to near 60 on Thursday. But there's another catch. We may be dealing with the potential for severe weather next week as another potent storm system develops. This one is going to bring the threat of thunderstorms to the area, along with the potential for some heavy rain. The rain will be welcome to wash the salt and brine off the roads. The severe weather aspect we could certainly do without, but we will get into a warm up next week. I want you to get the Action News 5 First Alert Weather app. If you don't have it, it's free for Apple and Android products. You're going to have the hour-by-hour forecast. We've been posting videos. Patrick Ellis and Maggie McCallie have got some great videos on there about the fog and what's coming our way. And of course, we'll have more information on what's coming our way for next week as well. We'll get some stuff on there on that. But you're also going to have the interactive radar and the hour-by-hour forecast for your specific location. And with temperatures being critical this weekend, it's going to be a great tool to have. And the best thing about it, it's free. So go get the Action News 5 First Alert Weather app. This is going to wrap it up for me this time around. Guys, what time is it? Jacob and Lydia have been off to the side helping me here. 3:11, coming up on 3:30. We're going to be back on the Action News 5 Now program here on the web and on television. MLGW has a press conference coming up at 3:30. We're going to be carrying that live. And some other city officials as well? Or is it just MLGW? Just MLGW. So we'll be covering that live. They'll talk more about power outages. You may also notice water pressure's a little low. Yeah, we've got some water mains that have sprung leaks as a result of the freeze. They're going to address that, talk more about it, and things we can do to help alleviate that issue. So everybody stay safe, stay warm, stay inside. And as I've been saying all week long, call your elderly friends, neighbors, and relatives. Check on them. Make sure they're doing well and they're warm also. And as always, don't forget about your pets. Bring them in if you haven't already. And if they have to stay outside, please, please make sure they've got warm bedding, shelter, and check their water every couple of hours because it is freezing out there.